gentlemen, Sammy Davis Jr.
In my life, I got someone who needs me, someone I've needed so long. For once, unafraid, I can go where life leads me. Yeah, I'm gonna be strong. For once, I can touch what my heart used to dream of long before I knew someone warm like you would make my dreams come true. I won't let sorrow hurt me, not like it hurt me before. I found me someone I know won't desert me. I'll never be alone anymore. For once I can say it's fine, they can't take it. Long as got the love, I'm gonna make it. For once in my life, I got someone who needs me. Oh, once in my someone I've needed so long. For once unafraid, go where life leads me. I'm gonna be strong. For once I can touch what my heart used to dream of long before I knew someone warm like you would make my dreams, make my dreams, make my dreams come true. Someone that I know won't desert me. I will never be alone anymore. So once I can say, it's mine, they better not take it. Long as I got the love, I'm gonna make it. For once in my life, I got someone who needs. So once I can say, it's mine, they better not take it. Long as I got love, I'm gonna make it. For once in my life, I got someone who needs. Once in my life, I got someone. I've got someone. I got someone who I said who needs me. Can you dig it? It feels groovy. For once in my life, that's it.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much, ladies and gentlemen. At the helm of this wonderful band, for me, my man, Mr. George Rhodes, ladies and gentlemen, if you please stand. This next song, I'm very happy to say, two friends of mine are responsible for my having the privilege of introducing it at home in the colonies. And Mr. Don Black, the composer, and a tremendously terrific guy and singer, Mr. Matt Monroe, which I'm very proud to say one of my claims to fame in 48 years in show business is the fact that I'm taller than he is. We'd like to do Matt's song. In my heyday, young girls wrote to me. Everybody seemed to have time to devote to me. Everybody I saw all swore they knew me once upon a song.
Main attraction couldn't buy a seat. The celebrities would die to meet. I had every accolade bestowed on me. And so you see, if I never sing another song, it shouldn't bother me. I've had my share of fame, you know my name. If I never sing another song or take another bow, I would get by. But I don't know how. Always posing, but you love it all. Though you have to learn to act like you're above it all. Everything I did, the world applauded once upon a star. Frame citations hang on every wall. Got a scrapbook full of quotes. I can't recall them all. There were times I felt the world belonged to me. And so you see, if I never sing another song, it shouldn't bother me. I've had my share of fame, you know my name. If I never sing another song or take another bow, I would get by. But I don't know how. La 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 la. I've had my share of fame, you know my name. La 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 lee. Lee, 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 la, 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 lee. Lee, lee, la, 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 lee. Lee, lee, lee. Lee, 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 la, 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 la.
Thank you.
Thank you. Isn't it a great song? Thank you very much. You guys played it beautifully. Thank you, Jack. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to... Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I would like at this time, since I'm on a roll, I would like to do now a thing that I've been doing every time I come to England. This is one of those numbers. Thanks for coming. Bruce! Bruce, what are you doing here?
What am I doing here?
Yes, I mean, what are you doing here?
For an hour and a half, I've been warming this lot up. You know, I've kept them on the boil for the big build-up for you. Didn't anybody tell you this was my show?
If they had, would I have been here?
Just a minute. Hardly the start to an intimate chat bit that we're going to do now. Yes, an intimate chat.
An intimate chat.
Come on.
Oh, my goodness, you've got goblets
Now,
He's got the goblets and the whole
this is a
thing.
surprise, you see. Now, I've never been on your show in America, but I know all about it. And you have the silver goblets.
Right.
And you have the Dubonnet.
Yes.
Right? Is that right?
That's absolutely
That's it.
correct.
And the Perrier water?
Yes,
Fine.
but I
Is
take
that too much?
That's marvelous. Let me see.
Perrier water?
Marvelous bouquet. Wrong
Yeah.
side of the hill.
Is that
Thank
enough?
you.
That's enough.
Marvelous.
Would you like some ice?
No, this is marvelous.
It's monogrammed.
I may be able to make a necklace out of it. I know.
There we are. Just one?
Just one
That's
will be
fine.
marvelous.
Well, welcome, Sam.
Thank you.
And you know, I can't believe it's 18 years ago since we, we first met in that raw variety show at the Victoria Palace, it was.
Yes, it was. I was trying to think of it the other week or so ago.
I know, and Nat King Cole was also on the bill.
Yes, it was a great bill, Charlie Drake.
And Charlie Drake was on it, right.
I followed Charlie Drake on the stage.
Did you really?
Yes, and he did the balloon thing.
Oh, that lovely balloon bit, yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
and it took me 4 days just to step around the balloons, you know. It was a great thrill.
It was. Well, good night, lads.
Was it something we said?
It could have been worse, it could have been them. We've had that before, let's face it.
We've gone
At
through
the
it.
same raw variety show. No, but that was a weekend I will never forget because meeting Nat King Cole and you in the same weekend was one of the big thrills because I just started at the Palladium and Nat was one of the biggest gentlemen I think I've ever met, and I assure you.
He was a gentleman.
Yeah,
He really was.
a gentleman, he really was.
He really was, and it's the only time that evening I knew Nat 25 years, and that was the only time, Bruce, that he really was shook up. Because Nat, not only was that wasn't any facade with him.
No.
He was cool. He invented cool.
Yeah.
And, you know, nothing disturbed him. Drunk people fighting in a nightclub, nothing
Yeah.
would disturb him. He'd
Yeah.
go on. But I remember that after he did his bit, he went on early, came back. He walked in the dressing room. We were dressing together, and he had 2 fingers of scotch, and he never drank.
Really?
He was shaking.
Yeah.
He had 2 fingers of scotch. That seemed to have cooled him down, and we were all looking at Nat like this. You know?
Yeah.
And he did this, which he did all the
That's
time.
right. That was his thing.
This way. And he said, "They out there." That was his great comment.
That's beautiful. Well, now, what amazed me that night is you did the Raw Variety Show and you were a tremendous hit. A great, great big hit. And we looked forward to you coming over for quite a few years. And when you actually sort of descended upon us, we couldn't believe it. But you went straight from there and you opened at the Pigalle on the same night.
Yes.
Of the Raw Variety. Now, have you always driven yourself that hard? I mean, to do a Raw Variety Show is one thing, but then to go and open in a club on the same night.
Well, let me tell you something. Almost 20 years later, I would never do that today.
No, I didn't.
It was insanity.
Yes, you've learned since then.
I've learned a great deal, but I tell you what it did do.
Yeah.
From the reception that the audience was kind enough to give me, it was such a lift.
Yeah.
I walked into the Pigalle, and I was 6'4" and weighed 240 pounds. And I really took all the momentum with me. You know?
Lovely. Well, now, I'd like to ask you a question. I'm going to do a bit of name dropping here, if you don't mind.
All right.
Frank Sinatra was over recently, and he worked at the festival hall, and he's still in great voice. Where did you actually meet Frank? Where was your first meeting with Frank?
My first meeting with Sinatra was in Detroit, Michigan, in the early 40s.
Yeah.
He was still with Tommy Dorsey's band,
Yeah.
and he was about to leave. He left like 6 or 8 weeks after this particular engagement.
Yeah.
And we went in as a sub-act,
Yeah.
my dad, my uncle, and myself. We were supposed to, Tip Tap and Toe, the great dancing act, was
Oh, I remember
supposed to
it,
be on the bill. Something happened, they didn't make the date, and they got a local act. And we were living in Detroit at the time, and we took Tip Tap and Toe's place, and it was a split week,
Oh, I see.
as we call it, like
Yeah.
a Thursday, Friday, Saturday,
Exactly.
Sunday, you know. And I walked in, and that's where I met Buddy Rich, and I met all of the Dorsey greats,
Yeah.
you know, and Frank and he liked me. He said, you know, and we just sort of hit it off. And from that point on, you know, we've had our ups and downs,
Yeah.
I think, as any two guys will have.
Yeah.
But as I like to say, he cared long before it was fashionable to care.
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and he opened up a lot of doors for me.
He did. Lovely. Well, now, I'd also like to know, and I'm sure I'm speaking for a lot of other people as well, Dean Martin only came over here once, and that was with Jerry Lewis, you know. And there again, they didn't have good reviews on it, but I'd love to know why do you think Dean has never come over here? Because he would be so loved, and I know he probably doesn't need the money. None of you need the money, really, but I mean... Don't worry, the check's in the post. All this and no matches, for goodness sake. Where are the gold matches? Yes. Oh, now I know why you wanted a match.
Thank you.
She's a good match, yeah. Yeah, like my fire. Right. But Dean, why do you think he's never been over? Have you any idea of why? Or?
Well, Dean is not a goer, you know. It's hard to get him to leave Las Vegas to go to Los Angeles, where he lives. Once you get him to Vegas, he stays there, and he's like this. You know. But in the old days, when he and Jerry were together, they did all the nightclubs. But as Dean got older, his main ambition in life is to get up at 8 o'clock in the morning, play 18 holes of golf every day, some days 36 holes.
Oh, he loves golf. I know, I've seen him
He
play
plays golf constantly. He travels around. His buddies are non-show business people. And they're, you know, mostly businessmen. And he travels in a completely separate world from, say, Frank or myself or any of our contemporaries.
Oh, I see. Yes,
and he really doesn't like doing Las Vegas.
No.
You know, he really hates to do it. And he walks on and does 45 minutes, and that's the end of it, one show a night.
Well, I played golf with his son a lot in Los Angeles, and funny enough, we went to see Dean work in Vegas. Anthony and I went to see him work, and the plane was waiting, because you've all got your planes. Well, it's funny in Vegas, but as soon as they finish, their plane is waiting, not their cab, their plane. The plane there, time to hold it. Right. You see, and which is only just, I mean, he could have stayed another night, but he had to get on he wanted to go straight out of the stage door onto the plane and get home straight away, you know, after being there a week. But, you know, we've heard many rumours about why he won't come over here, or why he doesn't feel like it. We did hear one rumour that he may be a bit scared of being charged duty on his liver through the customs. Do you think?
You caught me, too, and you caught me right on the swallow, you dirty rat.
I didn't mean to catch you on the swallow. On the swallow. Okay, we've seen the rings.
Who said he was going to be pleasant?
That was a quick round, you know? Now, you know, actually, the rings does lead into the next thing I want to ask you, because, you know, you are a big spender. You've always been a big spender.
Yes.
And, I mean, I was reading a little bit about you. Naturally, I mean, I know a lot about you, but there's always something you don't know about a person. And I hear that your teeth...
Yes.
No, they are real teeth. I wasn't going to say anything like that. They are teeth. But, I mean, you've had $9,000 worth of work in those teeth.
Which accounts for the reason why I smile all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Which camera can we zoom in on? I would like to see the teeth. Can we get... Yeah. Now, that's about £6,000.
Right.
About 6,000. Could I have a close-up of my teeth, please? 1958, 8 shillings, natural.
I must say something about the big spending. When we first met, I was living the way I live today. My lifestyle has never changed. The only thing that I can say now is I now can afford to live that way. In the old days, I could not.
You couldn't. No, the minute you walked in the joint, I knew you were a man of distinction.
You wouldn't trap me like that.
No, well, I was going to change onto something else, but you went into it.
Go ahead.
Well, now, Sam, I'd like to talk about impressions. I really would, because... What's the matter?
I would like to talk about impressions. You have made a fairly good-sized career out of impersonating me. Well, yes, you have. Yes, you have. No, I mean that. Putting your nose down like this and doing it really. You push it down like... I don't push it down. Well, then switch chairs with me over here. Switch chairs with me. If you're going to do impressions, then I want you to switch chairs. Didn't he do well? Good game, good game. Ooh, what a coup. Okay, now here's the one I love that you do. Nice to see you, to see you. And remember, I'm in charge.
How embarrassing.
How embarrassing.
Now, can I do you then? Can I do you?
I'd love to see. I think you do the best me in the world.
Do you really? Oh, it's marvelous. We're just we don't mean this. How about that for a little piggy? Yeah, right. I got this off the Mayor of Slough. I'll be with you in a minute. I need all the props, you see.
I'd just like to say sincerely. Sincerely. I'd just like to say, Bruce, that you're not only a great all-round performer, you're a great all-round human being. In that you bring a precious gift of laughter to people in this troubled world. Brucey, if I may, single out just one tiny facet of your talented genius, it would be your impression of me. It's got to be one of the greatest impressions of all time, or even longer than that.
You are allowed, and I love the way you do that.
Because I enjoy life, you know.
But when I did the impression, I think at the Prince of Wales, and you were at the rehearsal, and I did the first time I ever did my impression of you there, and you were, in the end, he fell off his seat and he's up and down the aisle crawling with laughter. It was
you know, because it's one thing to do an impersonation like, you know, we're both into impressions.
Yeah.
And I used to do Sinatra, and I tried to do it, you know, right here on the nose. Now, what happened is what you do is you take someone who is, because when the people see this, I'm not talking about you and your family and my family having lunch together or dinner together, but this image is bigger than life. Now, you carved a caricature.
Caricature, yeah.
And that's beautiful. And
that's what I always
I am
try
highly
to do.
complimented by
Oh, well, that's lovely.
I want everybody to know that. I think that is really marvelous.
Well, now, we're also born about the same time. When were you actually born?
I was born in 19...
All right.
I thought it was my eye for a minute.
'25. 1925, you were born. And when did you go into business?
I went in, I won my first amateur contest when I was 3 years old.
1928?
Yes.
That's when I was born. I knew you had the edge on me. But I thought I'd say that because later on we're going to do stuff. I don't want people to make too many comparisons, but, you know... you know, Sammy, the vaudeville things that I used to love seeing, you know, I mean, we both grew up in vaudeville. And I used to love it when the two guys used to do a sort of a song and dance number. One would have a microphone,
yes.
and the other one would dance. And I just wondered if we could just kick that around a bit to just finish with.
You mean go back to the old
Go
days?
back to the old days, just the way it was done. Not too
Okay.
old, but, you know,
You got a
with
song
feel.
picked out,
Yeah, we got a
obviously.
song. All right, then?
Okay, what's the song?
It's
What's the
Just in Time, an old
I
one.
know
Yeah, I thought you'd, you know, I think it'll work. Let's move over here, and fine, just up here. Now, you're the guest. Would you like something?
No, I am the guest, but it is your show.
But you feel free. Wait.
Just in time, I found you just in time. Before you came, my time was running low. I was lost, the losing dice were tossed. My bridges all were crossed, no place to go. Now you're here, and now I know just where I'm going. No more doubts or fears. Dance, I'm on my way. 'Cause love came just in time. I found you just in time. You saved my